In today's video, we're going to be installing these super beefy diff covers from Motobilt. What is going on, guys? Welcome to TJ Mitchell Films, your one-stop shop for everything Jeep and off-road related content. And today is diff covers. Now, let me explain to you, for those of you that might not know, why you would want to upgrade your diff covers. For someone who does a lot of rock crawling like myself, this is sort of a no-brainer. You can bash your stock diff covers, which are very thin, up against rocks, leak gear oil, or even damage your gears and your axles. So that's why this is very important. And as you guys can see how thick this is, in a second we're going to do a comparison between the stock diff cover and the Motobilt. It's way beefier, and obviously this is going to add a little bit of weight to the Gladiator, but sometimes there's no way around it. You have to add weight for the protection. Even if you're not into rock crawling, it might be a good upgrade for you if you just want that peace of mind, knowing that you can bash that diff up against anything and nothing's going to happen to your truck or Jeep. This is also a great time to do this. The truck just went over 10,000 miles, so not a bad time to change the gear oil and the axles anyways, so we can remove all those shavings that the magnetic drain plug might have grabbed from like the normal break-in. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that with just a normal 3/8 drive ratchet, and let's jump into it. So as you guys can see, we have hit the diff a couple times, rock crawling out there. Not too bad, looks like it's just the bottom of the housing, bottom lip, and these couple bolts on the bottom. So you guys can see right here underneath, this is where we put in our 3/8 drive ratchet to drain the front diff. Now, removing this drain bolt isn't necessary to change the diff cover. This just is something that I'm doing to get, and as you guys can see, there's some metal shavings on here, which is normal because this is a new vehicle. Or if you have new gears, there's usually some shavings that'll come off. I'll show you guys that in a second. I don't know if you guys can see, but underneath this gear oil, see if you guys can see as I wipe this. So that chunk right there, and you can see in here are tiny metal shavings. So this is why you want to clean this off. This is a magnetic drain bolt for this reason. You don't want these shavings going back inside the diff. All right, next up, we're going to remove the 10mm bolts that hold the diff cover on. As you can probably tell, just from it sitting down here without even looking up close, how much thicker this diff cover is. But hold these up for you. So, stock, honestly, for most people, probably totally adequate. But, like I said before, if you're a rock crawler or you just want that peace of mind, an upgraded diff cover, I mean, you can't beat it. So let's also talk about this factory gasket. So we're not going to be reusing this for a couple reasons. One, because if you look how thick this is, this diff cover is already super thick. It's going to stick out quite a bit. So we're going to be using some RTV as gasket sealer and make our own gasket. It's super simple, and it's probably in the long term more reliable than this, although I can't actually speak for this gasket. It does look pretty good. Obviously it's coming off a vehicle with only 10,000 miles, so it looks pretty good. It did get a tiny bit chewed up on those bottom bolts, like I said before, but we're not gonna be reusing it. So stock diff cover looks like paper compared to this Motobilt cover. And Motobilt's not the only one that makes diff covers. I just happened to pick these up on a Black Friday deal. The welds are pretty nice. I mean, overall, it's a great diff cover. All right, so we got our surface clean here. We're gonna go ahead and apply our gasket sealer about an 1/8 inch all the way around the whole thing. We're gonna put the diff cover on. And these bolts that are longer for the thicker diff cover are an 8mm, and you'll need a 12-point socket. I didn't happen to have a 12-point socket, but I have a ratcheting wrench that works, so keep that in mind. All right, so lastly, we're gonna fill up the differential with some gear oil. Now, for those of you, if you haven't done this before, you just fill it up until it starts slowly leaking out of the fill plug here. Pretty simple. That is going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in picking up a set of those Motobilt diff covers, I'll have a link down below in the description, as well as links to Amazon, Patreon. If you want to support the channel in any way, it's all down below. I know it was a pretty simple install. Most of you guys probably already know how to do that, but for those of you that might be new, hopefully this video helped you maybe gain a little confidence, show you how easy it is to upgrade your diff covers and change your diff fluid. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one.